Tonight on CI, Surviving Rape.
Central Issues is made possible by our members and by the C&S companies working toward a more sustainable world through more than 40 years of advanced engineering, planning, architecture, construction, and technology solutions. C&S companies on the web at cscos.com.
Welcome to Central Issues. I'm George Kilpatrick. Tonight on the program, a survivor's story of rape. Talking about rape is the first step towards healing, but perhaps the most difficult thing for a survivor to do. The truth is, most incidents of rape go unreported and are rarely fully prosecuted for a variety of reasons. Rape is an act of violence, forced sexual intercourse against a person's will. Tonight we take you through the system, shattering myths and helping you to understand how individuals can and do cope with the trauma of rape or sexual assault. And we have a panel of experts to help. Joining us from Vera House is Jennifer Shaw. Vera House provides support and advocacy for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. Welcome to you. Also joining us is Matt Doran. He's the Chief Assistant District Attorney for Onondaga County and also head of the Special Victims Bureau. Welcome, Matt. Also joining us is Sergeant Jack Schmidt. He is with the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department Abused Persons Unit. And we welcome you all to the program. But first, many of us have become acquainted with the term date or acquaintance rape when the victim knows the attacker. Jen Majeski is a survivor, and she's here to tell her story. Welcome, Jen Majeski.
Hey, Majeski.
Welcome, Jen. What happened, Jen?
I was 18. I had just started college, first freshman year of college. And I started dating this guy, and he was 21, I believe. He went to a different school. But he, after a month into our relationship, if you will, took me to his apartment. I didn't have a car, I didn't know where I was. He kept me for 14 hours and raped me repeatedly throughout the night. Brought me home the next day as if nothing had happened, but I never saw him again. You
said that you knew he was trouble.
Yeah.
Which, like, in other words, you didn't trust your gut.
Yeah, he was a bad boy, which was kind of attractive in a way, but yeah, there were some signs.
And I ask you that not to put you in the position where you have to defend your actions in any way, but this is what you said.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Once he brought me back, he had banged me up pretty bad. I had, bruises all over my face and cuts on my body and everything. And
nobody saw you?
My roommate was gone for the weekend, and I didn't really know that many people at the time, but even when she came back, she didn't say anything.
And then you didn't either?
And I didn't either, no. So I didn't say anything for a year and a half.
A year? So you held this for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Did you just kind of go along with your life as quote-unquote normal?
Yeah, I did really well in school. I was in a lot of shows as a theater major. I did 2 plays that year. I was on the dean's list. I was doing really, really well.
And then one day?
Yeah. Then one day, I got triggered back into remembering everything. I was in a play, and the girl I was working with slapped me across the face, and it all came back.
And so not only were you raped, but you were also physically abused. And did you hide from people? People had to have seen you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with makeup as a theater major. I could cover up a lot of it on my face. I didn't really bother with the rest because it was getting kind of cold. It was the very end of September.
Did you tell, once you got triggered, what then happened next?
I was a wreck. I was falling apart for a good 3 more weeks before
grades started to go down.
Oh yeah, grades dropped. I wasn't doing well in school.
Did you tell your mom?
No. First person I told was actually a friend. We were in her apartment room hanging out watching a movie, and she was the stage manager of the show that I was in and saw that something wasn't right, like something came across my face or something when the girl had hit me. And she said, what's going on? And I finally broke down and told her, and we were up till 4:30 in the morning.
Did you tell the police at that point?
No.
You did not. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you got in touch with Vera House.
I did, yes.
Now, what made you actually make that decision? Because that's actually the beginning of your healing.
Yeah, that was actually when my life started to move. This was my sophomore year of college, and I was a wreck, and my roommate didn't want to deal with me because I was crazy. And rightfully so, because I really was not functioning. So she said, you need to go to therapy, and you need to go now. So she took me to the school therapist, and I was there twice a week. But then summer came, and she looked things up and said, oh, you should go to Vera House. So I did. And I went the whole summer. I saw a counselor, and we did EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So it kind of helps file away traumatic memories in your mind, and it really worked.
But it doesn't go away.
No, I'm still in therapy. I go every week.
Which is, so that people understand, this is 3 years after. 3 years after.
Yeah.
And never saw the person again.
Nope.
And now you work with abused children.
Yes.
At the McMahon Ryan
Yeah.
Child Advocacy site. So you've turned that experience into a passion for helping young people as well.
Yeah, I love my job. I never thought that would be something where I would end up doing, because I was a theater major. This was not in the cards really for me. But then I graduated and said, oh, this is what I want to do. I had done speaking events for Vera House and for my college, once, like the last 2 years I was there. Did a lot of speaking events for them, and then really just started, speaking out.
And you're here today. I mean, how difficult. I should look at Jen. I mean, she's here today.
Yes.
That, it's incredible, actually.
Yeah, that being able to turn one's life around and begin that healing process, know that you need to do that healing process, and be willing and strong enough and courageous enough to take on that journey. Because once you say, I need help, you don't know what you're going to come across. You don't know anything about that next step and where that path is going to lead you.
So, I'm right to say that talking about it, even after it, is still the most difficult thing for anybody to do.
Sure. Talking about it amongst friends, amongst family, and then even what Jen is able to do today, coming on your show, talking so openly about her experience of being raped. It just speaks volumes to her healing powers. It speaks volumes to the supports she's built in her life.
And Jen, to that point, when people are aware, or they will be aware, more aware of your story, and we're not making light of it, but no. But did people's reactions to you change, and did you have to reprocess that as a survivor and learn how to navigate in a world where you have chosen to be truthful about your life to help other people?
Yeah, I really kind of saw that when I was in college still. I started doing Take Back the Night. I brought a speaker twice to college.
Which was sort of helping you to get through.
It was helping me in addition to helping other people who had experienced the same thing and hadn't told anybody. There are still people from the same school that I went to calling me, emailing me, texting me, asking questions.
You are now an advocate. Let me go through, Jen, some of the myths
Sure.
of rape and sexual assault, because they're really important for us to understand, and they may surprise some of our viewers as we go through them. First, that perpetrators rape because they need to have sex. No one can be raped against his or her will, and women ask to be raped by flirting or wearing sexy clothing. These are all myths. A lot of people think that women invite attacks by their actions. And what do you want to say to that?
I'm not responsible for somebody else's choice.